What are you doing? Crazy pup. I'm gonna just go and just tie some crappie jigs. I don't know if anybody's gonna tune in or not, but I figured I'd go live. Why not? Happy Friday, everybody. I've figured out the color that I need to be using on these jigs. Went out duck hunting today, and the duck hunting was okay. Shot a few birds, nothing spectacular. It wasn't lights out, but better than nothing. But after the hunt, I went and did a little crappie fishing, and I figured out what color I need to be tying. It's pretty awesome to be able to dial it in and figure out exactly what I'm going to be needing to use to fish and actually catch them. I tried a bunch of different colors today when I was in the field, and there was one color in particular that really caught them, and it was purple with this black and blue chenille. So if you guys haven't seen a crappie jig get tied before, let me show you. So you wrap your base, you put your marabou on there, and then I like to add a little bit of flash. I'm gonna use black with some kind of silver sparkle flash in there. I've got all kinds of stuff here. Let me show you. I just ordered a bunch of stuff. So I got like blue, chartreuse, yellows, a pink, gold, like all kinds of stuff. Bunch of different marabous, bunch of different chenilles. So I've got a lot of different colors to choose from. And so it's been kind of fun to play around with these and see what colors work on the water. Purple tail seems to be, past 2 times I've gone out, purple tails have been getting hit the most. So I take 3 of these, 3 to 4 or 5 of these itty bitty teeny tiny, I don't even know if you guys will be able to see these, just little tiny flashes. I like to tie those in. I'll read the comments here once I'm done showing you guys how I like to tie these. So I like to wrap it on there, fold this side back, and put like 3 sections on each side. So just like that, and we'll wrap to the front, tame down some marabou, and then you take your chenille and you tie that on there. Drop a comment if you guys can hear the dogs chewing on bones. So you tie that down to the marabou, wrap your way back up to the head, and then you just wrap the chenille around the body. I like to make sure it's good and tight. And then once you get that all the way up to the head, I'll wrap it around with a thread about 3 times. We'll do 4 just for good measure. I didn't have any issues with knots coming off today. Snip that chenille off, give it a quick little whip finish. I used to have a whip finish tool. I used to have a bunch of fly tying stuff. I have no clue where it went. I probably just got rid of it because it's been so long since I tied flies. So I just use my fingers. That's what I did anyways when I was tying flies. I would really only use the whip finish tool when I was tying like tiny, like midges and stuff. Then I'll go through and kind of trim up the flash parts to be kind of even with the marabou. And boom, there is a crappie jig. That is pink heads too. I like pink heads a lot. So that has been the color that I've been getting bites on lately. So been catching them pretty good. All right, I'm gonna set those to the side. I do like to add a dab of super glue on those knots, but I'm gonna go ahead and read through some of these comments. Happy Friday, everybody, man. It is 4:45 on a Friday. Some of you guys are probably still at work. You're just tuning in to kill some time before you leave for the weekend. Drop a comment down below if you guys are planning to get out and do some hunting this weekend. I thought today was gonna be better than it was, but it is what it is. Now I gotta have a workbench. Yeah, workbench is pretty freaking sweet. This was kind of this bench was in my garage, and since I got the new boat, I had to basically gut that whole side of the garage just to make the boat fit. And so I was like, I like this workbench, but I don't know where to put it. And so it ended up in here. This was actually my wife's old office when she was working from home, and I've kind of taken it over. We got the dog kennels in here. I've got my workbench now. It's kind of my mud room of sorts. So all my hunting stuff, like my bag, my camera gear, all that stuff is getting charged to where all I have to do is take SD cards upstairs into my actual office. So it keeps the house a lot cleaner, so that's kind of nice. But another benefit is I've got a lot of space to do fun things like this. So I don't know how many of these purple and blacks I want to tie, but seeing as how they're the ones that at 2 different lakes on 2 separate days, they were getting hit the most out of every other color, I feel like I should tie probably quite a few of these, especially if I want to take a couple of guys out later next week maybe. That'd be a lot of fun. So maybe I'll get about 10 of these. Should be plenty. We can do a couple other variations in the meantime, but I do kind of want to know what you guys like to use for crappie colors. I'm kind of experimenting. I usually just black and chartreuse plastics. That's usually what I always used. But now the possibilities are endless. The flash is probably not necessary, but I don't know. Kind of makes it feel a little fancier, I guess. We'll do some with black. Maybe we could throw some pink and purple in there. I've got this one. I like this color a lot. Match that with that. That'd look good. We'll do that on the next one. But if you guys are going out crappie fishing this time of year, let me know, because I'm having a blast. I didn't realize that the crappie fishing was so much fun this time of year, like all fishing right now. A lot of the lake just isn't quite as busy, so that's kind of nice. But the fish, they're just bitey, they're hungry, and if you keep them, they eat really, really good. So I'm stoked to be able to, go hunt on the lake and then pack it up and fish for maybe another hour or 2, then head home. So I put 10 crappie in the bucket today. I had to be home. My wife said I had to be home at 1, but I showed up at like 1:30, so didn't hear anything about that. But I knew I was late. I was just looking for that last fish, and it took a little while longer than I thought it would. Okay. Wrap the Chanel. I tried pink body, white body, pink tail today. Like, that was just a color that I tied, and I was like, man, this looks really good. I want to try it. Nothing wanted to touch it. And the cool thing is I've got the forward-facing sonar, so I'm able to watch these fish and see how they interact with the baits. And so some fish would come up and look at it, but then they would just go away. They would just not have any interest in eating it. So I had a few on chartreuse with a purple tail. No, it's purple body. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm a little bit sleep deprived. We've got a week-old newborn in our house now, so babysitting while I'm doing this, giving mom a break. I got to go duck hunting and crappie fishing this morning, so I gotta play dad now. But there we go. There's jig number 2. Love it. All right, when it comes to jig heads, all of you crappie guys, do you like pink heads, orange, white, chartreuse, or do you just not even care about the head color? Does that matter? Long lining or spider rigging? I'm live scoping, so I've got, today I was using my 6.9 medium fast, no, my medium light extra fast rod. I broke my trolling motor today, so there's that. Should be fixable. It's not broken, I don't think. It was frozen. So it would turn, but the prop wouldn't work. So me being me, it's like, oh, I can fix this. Take the nut off the end, and then I set it down on the deck of the boat. And you know what happens when you set things down on the deck of a boat? Yeah, I said, don't knock that into the water. Literally 15 seconds later, that nut rolls into the lake. Stupid. But it's all good. That's an easy fix. Hopefully, like, I didn't burn out the motor or anything when I was trying to run the motor this morning, setting up decoys, not knowing it was frozen. I was like, why is it not going anywhere? That's because it was frozen. So let's do some purple flash on this one. Pink purple flash. I'll grab 4 of these. So gotta fix that. Hopefully it's not a replace a motor situation, but you live and learn. I'm figuring out a lot of things on the boat just by breaking things. Kind of sucks to say it, but you know, coming from a little John boat that can be beat up and stuff to some of the nicer, higher end gear that it's a lot. There's a lot of moving parts and things can break, so I've learned. Happens. That's why I got a skeg guard on the bottom of my outboard, so there's that. Remember to trim your motor up when you leave the boat ramp, folks. That was a heck of a day. I took my mom out and taught her how to drive the boat. We were just hanging out, having a good time, and then a storm rolls through. I'm waiting for all these knuckleheads with their surf boats and their ski boats trying to load up their boats in a crosswind that was whipping. It's like, man, I'm just sitting here in the rain waiting for you to hurry up and get your boat on the trailer. And in my hurry of getting the boat off the ramp or on the trailer and out of there and getting into shelter, forgot to trim the motor up and drug the skeg across the concrete for probably a quarter mile. Don't do that. Oh, you want to see the prop? Oh, that's a heavy prop. Trim your motors up, folks. Trim it up, okay? That does not increase horsepower right there. Don't do that. That's expensive. All right, what do we got going on here? Did I just bend that? Did I whip finish this? No, I didn't whip finish. Learn from mistakes. Facts. That is so true. A lot of these mistakes I've made, I have not made them again. So, fortunately, there's that. That kind of makes me feel a little bit better sometimes, but yeah, it sucks when that kind of situation happens where you got this nice piece of equipment and then something bad happens. But we buy boats and things to use, and things just break. Accidents happen. Nothing you can do about it. All right, I've tied 3 of these. I want to tie 1 more, and then we'll go into you guys' suggestions on what to tie. Here's the body colors. I got white, smoke, which smoke is like a gray color. This one's chartreuse with a gold shimmer in it. The black and blue, which I've been using. Got pink with a little bit of kind of chartreuse sparkle. What else do I got up here? I got a few different kinds. This one is chartreuse with some blue. And this one I haven't done anything with it yet. It's called Super Shad. It's like a gray with a silver and blue sparkle on there. And then marabou, I've got white, bright chartreuse. This one is called Flow Green. I don't know. I was just kind of adding things. I got pink and then purple. So those are my colors. I've got a few other odds and ends, but those are kind of my good tying materials. I ordered some stuff off of Amazon, and yeah, this is like preschool arts and crafts stuff. But I tied some flies with it. They don't look bad. I'm sure that'll work. The materials just aren't as good. White body, chartreuse tail. We'll do one more purple and we'll do a white body with a chartreuse tail. I think, have I done, I don't know if I've done that yet. I think I've got chartreuse body with a white tail right there. But, yeah, I haven't done a chartreuse body with a white tail. That's a good one. Should I do, which one should I do? This one is called Slab Buster, and this one is Chartreuse Gold Shimmer. Which one would go best with the white tail? And also let me know what jig head color to put it on. Probably chartreuse jig head. That'd be my guess. I'll do that. So I learned something this past year, and it's kind of something I've just never really thought about. Apparently, there's only crappie in like half the country. That's the wild thing to think about. There's people that have never fished for crappie and probably never will fish for crappie. There's people that have probably never eaten a crappie. That's terrible. I feel bad for those folks. I'm fixing to fry up some crappie tonight. All the crappie I caught today, they're gonna meet the grease for sure. The duck hunting right now is not looking great going into this next week. I need to look at the weather again, but last time I looked, it's gonna be probably a week of fishing. But there is an opportunity to possibly shoot some divers, which that'll be a lot of fun. But as far as mallards go, they're so stale right now. And I was thinking we were gonna get a push today, but we never did. So I guess it's time to chase those divers, which I'm not gonna complain about that. It's a freaking blast. I love chasing those divers. And then we can call it quits early and catch some crappies. I need to order some more dark body colors. Seems like in our lakes, a dark body with like a chartreuse or a white or just a light colored tail, that seems to work good. I'm kind of surprised that the white body pink tail, is that what I did? Or no, it was pink body white tail. It didn't, which one was it? I think it was pink body white tail. No, it was white body pink tail. Those, the fish did not want to have anything to do with those today, which was kind of surprising. Same with electric chicken. That's a color that I've always wanted to like. I think it's a cool color, but it just, every time I fish it, it's never really been that great. There's some days where you can get, you catch a few on it, but for the most part, black and chartreuse, or I really like Junebug and chartreuse. That's kind of my favorite colors, and that's kind of what this one reminded me of, was Junebug and chartreuse. So, or Junebug, this Chanel reminded me of that, so. Anyways, that's what I like to use. Even like a blue and white sparkle or chartreuse and sparkle, those are good colors as well. But honestly, sometimes it seems like the color just doesn't matter. As long as you put the bait in front of their face, they'll eat it. Well, we've tied 4 jigs in 20 minutes. I'd probably be a lot more efficient if I didn't jibber jabber. All right, what are we gonna do? We're trying to decide on the chartreuse. I was asking you guys what we wanted to do. Monkey milk, I need to look at monkey milk. I've heard everything is awesome about the monkey milk color, and the fish just love it, but I've never fished it before. I don't even know what it looks like. All right, we're gonna do one of each. So we're gonna do this one here. This one's kind of like a gold and blue sparkle in that Chanel. sorry, I'm looking at my baby, making sure the baby's alive. All right. Then we said whitetail. Chartreuse body, whitetail. We'll need to change our thread colors. So this has got me really thinking about other things that I can tie for like fishing lures. And I think I might get into tying some bucktails for walleye fishing. I think that'd be freaking sweet. Let's see. This is the one part that I hate about doing this, is changing the thread out. It's always kind of a pain in the butt. Especially with this thread, it's like all, I don't know, it doesn't stay tight. All right, chartreuse jig head. These are from Rogers, by the way. If you guys are looking to get some crappie jigs, Rogers has like 100 packs of these 16th ounce jigs for like a stupid price. So anything from Rogers, really, like all the Rogers brand fishing gear is amazing. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. All right, here we go. And normally, like the guys that are really into hand ties, they don't use these jig heads like this. They use like a straight shank without like the bait keeper on the lead head. But I'm just using what I got. I'm not that particular about it quite yet. Maybe one day. But today is not that day. Sometimes they're just not quite full enough. So I like to steal some off of another one. And then I think, let's do a chartreuse flash on this one. Something like that. That'd look really good. I also have like a white pink flash that would look good. It's kind of like a pink iridescent white. Something I've learned after doing this and fishing with these jigs, it's so nice to not have to constantly readjust the plastic. Like that's, if there was any reason to fish these things, that is the one. Because constantly adjusting the plastic sucks. Like these, I never have to worry about it for the most part. I mean, I'm sure sometimes they'll like fray out and start unraveling, but as far as I've seen so far, like I haven't had any issues with trying to replace or readjust any of these jigs, so that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. You can tell it's an Aspen because of the way it is. How neat is that? Alright. That flash is long. How big is your boat? Mine is 20 foot long, I think 72 inches wide, I think. It's a Sea Arc Protege, so whatever that is. It's a big old boat. I don't think, I don't know what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish this jig. It's getting to be a little fat head here. All right, wrap. This is actually kind of turning out good. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna have to do a couple more like this. This color, I like this a lot actually. Kind of having that blue sparkle in that Chanel with the chartreuse. I think it looks really good. Give you guys a close up here. There you go. There is the chartreuse and white as per the comment section. Pretty hard to hide the big boat. Yeah, it can be. That's why I don't hunt out of the boat. I just use my boat for transport. I'll go tuck it around a corner. Like if I'm hunting in a cove, I'll take it around the corner and kind of tuck it out of the way. But for the most part, I haven't really noticed birds really caring about my boat and where I put it. Where's Cora? Where is she? Cora? Oh, she's in her crate. There she is. They're just chewing on their bones. Also, update with Cora. You'll see this in future videos. I'm sitting on so much content right now. I hunted for like 2 weeks straight leading up to the baby coming, so I'm working through a lot of videos right now. And so I've been slowly working for like Cora's whining, trying to figure out what the root cause is and how to address it. And so through some trial and error, I started with CBD treats, and those seemed to work pretty good, but they weren't perfect, but they definitely knocked that edge off of her. And it made me realize that it's not necessarily like a habit, it's more of like an anxiousness. She's so jacked and so anxious, and like she loves it so much that she just displays her expression vocally. So once she got on the CBD treats, that kind of knocked down the whining like a lot. And then I talked to my vet. I was like, look, here's what I've been using. Is there any other options to maybe address like some anxiety when we're in certain situations? And so one of you guys commented on video saying try trazodone, I think is what it's called. It's like an anxiety medicine for dogs. Right there, somebody commented it. And I gave her a full, so the bottle said give 1 to 1.5 tablets. And so I gave her 1 on a hunt. I should have done it at home, to be honest with you, but you know, been a little busy with a newborn. So I gave her a whole tablet for a hunt, and she was not herself. She was like, her eyes were all dilated, and then she was squinty, and she was just so slow. I've never seen her move so slow on a retrieve in my life. And she ran a blind, and she ran that blind perfectly, very slowly, but perfectly. Every time I blew the whistle, she sat and looked at me, took the cast. It was really cool. But this morning I gave her half a tablet instead of a whole one, and we were right where we needed to be. So she, about 2.5 hours after I gave her the medicine is when it kicked in, and she was just sitting in her blind, just chilling, hanging out, being quiet. And when it was time to retrieve, she had the gusto to go and get it. So I'm really excited to continue that journey with her, and you know, not necessarily just give up on her because she's whining. I would have never done that, but I think she's just got such a high drive and such a high prey drive, and she just loves hunting so much that it just gets her so jacked up that she can't control herself. And so the vet, I was talking to them about it, and the vet was like, yeah, there's some dog trainers that put their dogs on this medicine just so then they can bring them down to a level to where they'll listen during training. So that's interesting. I'm glad that I started looking toward, you know, medication to help her be the retriever I know she is and can be. But she can be a little whiny sometimes, and so we're working through that, and we're making great progress. So I'm super happy about that. See, this white, it just doesn't seem to have enough in the tails. Need just a few more to make me happy. Oops, messed that up. All right. What color should I do next? What do you guys like to use? I like the purple tails. The purple, I've tried a lot of different things, and the purple tails have been good. I did, let me show you this. I did some smoke and purple the other day. I don't know if I fished any of these today, but did a pink head on a sickle hook. I'm trying those out too. Pink head, smoke body, purple tail. I think those would be killer as well. Let's see. Let's finish up the chartreuse though. I need flash. Chartreuse flash. I'm gonna have so many colors to choose from, it's gonna be a problem when I'm in the boat fishing. Well, I'm gonna probably tie a bunch of different things and then use like the same 2 colors, which that's no surprise. I had a tackle box full of different baits, and there's some that I haven't even tried the colors yet. So I just use what I like, and if I'm getting bit, I'm not gonna change it. But sometimes, if you're fishing a brush pile and you catch a few, and then you can see on the sonar that there's more down there, but they're just like not interested, or they're just kind of looking and they swim away. Sometimes changing up that color can make the big difference. Like today when I was fishing that pink and white, they were interested, but they were not biting. They'd come up to it, look at it, and then swim away. And I switched up to a different color, and then boom, I was getting bit. So it's kind of nice to have different colors to choose from, but at the same time, you just gotta know what works in the waters that you fish. All right. There is our chartreuse and white. Give it a whip finish and call it a day on that one. Let's keep with the chartreuse body, maybe, so I don't have to change the thread. Actually, I want a black body. We'll do some smoke, or here, maybe the shad color. We haven't done anything with that yet. Maybe shad and white. That'd look good. Black and white, kind of gray and white color. Boom. There we go. Gotta trim up some of this real quick. There you go. Chartreuse and white. Red head, chartreuse body, and white tail. I don't have any red heads. I've actually fished a red head before, and that was very effective. I've always been a fan of the pink. I seem to get bit on pink heads a lot. Let's tie some white 1/8 ounce heads, at least a couple, and we'll do it with the, what is this one? That one's smoke. I don't want to use smoke. I want to use this one, the shad color. We'll go white 1/8 ounce. Gotta change out the thread. Just go to black. right, I haven't tied any 1/8 ounce heads yet, so we need to get on that. In the spring, I love throwing 1/8 ounce jigs into brush piles. And what was a good one for me last spring was doing the pink head, June bug body, chartreuse tail. I was just fishing plastics, but that was definitely the winner in the spring for the crappies on the brush piles. Let's see, is this too much marabou? Or is it just enough? I feel like we need to have, maybe we need a big jig for some big fish. It's already a heavy jig head. Might as well try and make it big. Bigger than a 16th ounce. Doesn't need to be that much bigger. Uh-oh, 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 don't do that. I want to shorten that up a little bit. Perfect. It's about time for me to maybe think about putting crappie in the grease. So, what color? Maybe we'll throw a little chartreuse flash on there. Or no, we'll do pink. Like a bleeding shad kind of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Throw some pink flash in there. That's a lot, but you know what? It's a custom jig. We can customize it however we like, right? It's a little bit different because there's so much. Down, around. Come on, there we go. And slowly tame it back. I might have done a little too much flash, but that's okay. Need a trim. It looks good. I think it would look better if there's a little bit more marabou around it. All right, let's see. See if I can't make this too fat. I need like half of this marabou. Just a little bit. That's a little bit better. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. It should be fine. Seal red nail polish. Yeah, that is not something my wife will have. Not a fan of the color red. So I'm SOL on that front. No, stop it. Stop eating my fly tying materials. White body, pink tail. Yeah, it seems like a lot of guys like that white body, pink tail. But unfortunately, when I was fishing today, that just, it didn't get bit. So, it could be a time of year thing as well. I don't really know. But Nala, stop it. Stinging puppies. Maybe I should do some blue flash in the next one. Kind of match the body of this Chanel with the blue flash in there. That one would probably get bit. It's a very natural color. I kind of like it. More of a clearer water bait. Definitely gonna trim up some of this flash though. Probably just used too much. There you go. The lighting in here is not very good for this, and I'm on my cell phone, so we're dealing with some. There we go. Hey, just hold it closer, Josh. There you go. It's got that kind of pink purple flash in there. Looks good. It's the first 1/8 ounce I've tied. Let's do another 1/8 ounce, but maybe we'll do some chartreuse in it. This is so fun. I enjoy it. This is so like relaxing. All right. Let's put this away before I mess that up. Yeah, it's like got a silver and blue flash in it. It's like gray with silver blue flash. So let's put some of this in there. Kind of match. Almost like a sexy shad kind of color profile. Ooh, let's do a purple tail on it too. Let's go crazy on this one. I'm gonna do this color with this purple. We'll do the blue flash on a white tail. But I kind of want this blue, almost like a UV flash on this. It's like, yeah, it's like a UV blue color. It's kind of cool. Ooh, yeah, I like that. It kind of like, it's more prominent on that purple. What do we got going on here? Stay where I want you. Sorry, I'm reading. What weight jig head do you fish with the most for crappie? Lately, I've been fishing a 16th ounce jig, but I fished 2 of them on my line. So that's been really effective for me. But honestly, I like 1/8 ounce when I'm casting into brush piles, but I like 16th ounce if I'm vertically jigging. So that's just my personal preference. Some guys like the 1/8 ounce for windy days or deeper water. It gets the jig down there quicker. So it's nice to have both in the boat for sure. This is kind of an interesting color profile, not gonna lie. Nala, get out of there, dude. Labradors. What are you gonna do? I think I might have made the body a little bit too big on this, but that's okay. Too late now. I bet you this one would get bit. For sure. Alright, 1 second. I gotta read the comments after I get done with this guy. Yeah. Hold on. What do you guys think of that? That's an interesting one. I kind of like it. All right. How hard is it to get into duck hunting? It can be difficult. I mean, there's a lot of like, it gets expensive, honestly. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. But the best thing you can do is find somebody to go with you or take you with them. And then you don't have to worry about buying all the decoys and all that stuff. And some guys might even have an extra pair of waders that might fit you. So it's always worth seeing if you can have somebody take you out. But if not, get yourself a pair of waders, a duck call, a dozen decoys, and just go find a marsh and sit in it. The best way to learn how to duck hunt is to duck hunt. Honestly, I mean, if I had to tell anybody, like, either have somebody show you the ropes in person, utilize online resources, but all that, like, you just need to go do it and be in the field, and you will learn so much. All right, let's go whitetail. Ooh, we should do a chartreuse tail with this shad color as well. Oops. Stay. There's just not quite enough on there. Maybe I'm just trying to put too thick of a tail on, I don't know. Baby got back. I should probably move this closer, and then you guys can actually see a little bit better. See what I'm doing anyways. There. Howdy from Texas. Well, right back at you. Howdy from Kansas. I am the Kansas fisherman. We wanted to do blue. Whoops. No, what are you doing down there, girl? I might not have trimmed this long enough. All right. That one looks pretty good. I kind of like this shad color for like more of a natural presentation. So that looks good. There's just so many different color variants I can do, and I just don't have enough time in the day to try all the ones I want to try. But I do want to go back to tying the ones I know have been working really well. But I think I want to tie a few 1/8 jigs for these colors that have been getting bit the most. Purple tail. Oh, helps if you put your thread wrap on first. Quit duck hunting and took up fly tying. Nah, bro. I was duck hunting this morning. Shot 3 ducks. I caught 10 crappies. 10 keeper crappies, anyways. Who would quit duck hunting to tie flies? That's stupid. Duck hunting is the most exciting type of hunting. Well, waterfowl hunting. Can't forget about those geesers. The hootards. Purple. Alright, sure, we'll do pink flash on the back of this one. I think 3 chunks, like 3 little strands, seems to look the best. Sometimes 4 will look good, but 3 usually does the trick. Whoa, you get back there. It's coming along. I used to tying one with such a big head. We'll go back to this one. I feel like this color should be called like Midnight. It's black Chanel with a blue flash in there. If you had to call this color a name with the purple tail, the black and blue wrap, what would you name it? I'll have to think about that one myself. I think I made the body too big again. Oh well, it's all right. Maybe not. It looks pretty proportionate. I almost think this one's like It reminds me of a June bug, to be honest with you, like a June bug color. So I'd probably call it June bug. I just wish that the Chanel had a little bit of purple flash in it instead of blue, but that's all right. The fish won't care. It's the dark body that they really care about. Did I finish that? I think I did. I'll do another one just in case. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. How do you do this, Josh? There we go. There's an 1/8 ounce version. Probably tie a couple more 1/8 ouncers. Killer Kool-Aid. I kind of like that one. These dogs are getting a little restless. Well, Cora's in their kennel just sleeping. No, it's getting a little restless. It's getting close to time for her to want to eat some food. I could just sit down here all night, do this, and be a happy guy. It's kind of relaxing. It's like doing arts and crafts. I kind of always liked art class in middle school. That was fun. I hated painting though. More of a clay guy. Ceramics is what they would call it. I could tie so many more if I didn't put this flash on there, but I like it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. No, stop eating the flag tying materials. She's eating all the crap that I'm dropping on the floor. Stop it. Get out of there. I'm about to kick her out. And my baby is still sleeping. What's it been? It's been an hour? Dang. Tummy time knocked her out. Having a newborn has its ups and downs, but man, it's pretty fun. But I will say, I am not able to hunt every day and take care of a newborn. That sucks. Boom. All right, there's another one. Killer Kool-Aid. I think we'll call it that. That's a good name. So we got 2 1/8 ounce of those. We got 4 16th ounces. And we're doing pretty good. We got quite a few tied today. Keep at it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy having one kid at a time for now, anyways. Nala, do you want to go outside? Huh, bud? You want to go outside? Cora, you go outside? She does not. You go outside? Do you want to go outside? Go. Yeah, you don't like to go out. Nala, get out there. Go. Yeah, hello. She attacks Cora every time. Oh, now you're gonna just stand at the door. Cora, do you need to go outside? She's just standing by the door. You need to go? Go. No. Tell you what, they can never make up their minds. We'll do another 16th ounce of that color. Ugh. Wonder how fast I can tie one of these. You'll need to time me. See how fast I can do it. I need to make sure I got all my materials ready though. This is the part that takes the longest, is just getting 3 of these little strands out. Boom. Done. What was the time on that? Not sure. That is so awesome. I like that. I like that one a lot. Killer Kool-Aid. One more. Then I'll have 4 of 16th and 4 of 8th ounce. Maybe I'll get a chance to tie some more tomorrow. Sorry, I'm very focused right now. I'm locked in on this. Hopefully I'm somewhat entertaining on this and not just boring you guys to death. But also at the same time, most of you are just turning this on to have something to watch while you're doing something else, which that's totally cool. I appreciate the views. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and drop a thumbs up on some videos. Helps out a lot. It really does. It just gets old saying it, but it's just how it works these days. Oh, I used up the last of that Chanel. Hold up. Gotta get some more. Royal Blue Night. That is the color. And I ordered all this stuff from Woods and Water. So if you guys are looking for a website to order fly tying materials from, or like any of this stuff, that's where I got this stuff from. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. Somebody sent me that link to the website and said this is where they get their stuff. So it's like, yeah. I was sitting in the hospital when we were like the day after the baby was born. I was like, I want to start tying crappie jigs. So I placed an order for a bunch of stuff. And yeah, this is my new identity now. I'm not a duck hunter anymore. I'm a crappie jig tyer and a crappie fisherman. So I'm just kidding. There's room in my life for both of those things. I do both of them in the same day. It's pretty fun. Cast and blast, or blast and cast, whatever you want to call it. These would probably be good for white bass too, but they'd probably get torn up very quickly. Nala, stop staring at me. I know what you want, and you're not gonna get it yet. It's almost that time though. I think this might be my last one for tonight on the live anyways. I need to go cook some dinner and probably check on my wife and my child and feed my dogs and be a grown-up. I should have gotten into this when I was in college. But then again, I wasn't really all that good at crappie fishing back then. I had no really good way of doing it. Now that I've got the big boat and the trolling motor and the electronics, like, it's a lot easier. So there we go. That needs to be tied about another 100 times. That's the one getting the bites. So you got forward facing on the boat? Yes, I do. I've got Lowrance active target on my boat. So not Garmin, but it's pretty good. I like it. It's very user friendly. So as somebody who's never really used those units before, or any kind of forward facing sonar, the Lowrance active target was very, very user friendly. So I'd recommend looking at it if you're looking for forward facing on your boat. So snagging, that's a good question. Like paddlefish snagging, there's been conversations, especially now that I've got the boat that is like totally capable of doing those type of things. I would say that it's definitely not off the list of possibilities. So I've never done it. I don't know how to do it, but one day I will. All right, one more jig. I want to do something different that I haven't done yet. I want to do white and purple. So one more. It's like that one last, oh, nuts. My hands are so dry from duck hunting that this thread just snags all my dry skin and it causes problems. Right. Here we go. Nala, stop it. And there we go. wanted to do white with a purple tail. And we'll do a white head, 16th ounce. See, there's like, I could probably make 100+ different lures out of the 7 colors I've got or whatever. Like, it's just incredible the variety that you can come up with. All right, last one, new color. We'll see how I like it. Purple tail with white, so maybe we'll do that kind of iridescent UV colored flash on this one. Purple tail. It's too much. How's that? It's pretty good there. Oopsie. You stop that. Just go over there. This is the flash color. I don't know if it's really gonna pick up on the camera, but it's kind of got like, you can kind of see how it's got like a UV purple kind of shine to it. It's really kind of a neat color. It's almost like a fiber optic. It's interesting. Will the fish see it? I got no clue. But I think it's cool, so that's all that matters. Where did I put my scissors? The workbench is getting a little bit crowded. Ah, no, I let go of the flash. Come back over here. Nice. That looks good. We'll tame this down. And I wanted to do white. I got a white piece right here. This one's neat. It's almost like a pearl. It's like got some flash to it. There's gonna be marabou floating around this room for the next century. But that's okay. Okay, I kind of like how this is looking, to be honest with you guys. This might be a tie again. Some colors, I don't know what it is about fishing lures, but sometimes you just see a color and you're like, that'll catch a fish. We will see though. This one might be a winner though. I really like the white and purple. It's kind of combining two colors that are generally pretty good. The purple has just been really on fire lately, which I might be onto something. It's hard to find like crappie jigs that are purple. Like purple is just not a very common crappie jig, like plastic color. There's a lot of chartreuses, a lot of black, maybe some June bug, but there's not a whole lot of like, at least from what I've seen and looked for. I haven't really looked all that hard, but purple is more of like a walleye color. But this looks awesome. Trim up this flash real quick. What do you guys think of that one? I like that one a lot. I'm gonna have to tie a few more of those later. See what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys can really see that flash very good on there. But it's kind of got like a blue shimmer to it. I like it. That's a tie again for sure. So, all right, we're gonna end it on that one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I was just kind of farting around. Figured I'd just go live. If you guys want me to do it again, let me know. I probably will, maybe on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. I don't know, but one of the platforms. All right, this is my new hobby now. This is my new identity. I'm officially the hand tie guy. I'm the guy that looks down on people that use plastics. You use plastics. You don't catch very many fish, do you? No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I gotta figure out how to turn this off now. I gotta go feed my baby probably, and feed my wife, and feed myself. So catch you guys later.